Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited because today I am testing out the new Ioni makeup that I recently hauled. It's from the Glamapalooza line, I believe it's called. And I got one of everything. So we're gonna be testing out some of the shades today. And yeah, so like I said, I'm super excited to see this and I know you are as well. So of course, if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming on back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm basically a bargain makeup channel. What I mean by that is I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other makeup channels do. I just like to keep it in the bargain price point, so the closer to $1, the better. I do hope you'll become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube, so definitely hit that subscribe button. And as always, I will have related content linked down below. I do lots of videos like this, so after you're done watching this video, definitely go check out some of my other content. So we got quite a few products to try today, so without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So the last Ioni makeup line gave us a brow pen with the little teeth, the 3 little teeth. And this line, they gave us a single pen like that. This is in the shade medium brown. They're calling it the ultra fine brush tip brow defining pen. So what I learned from the other video using that other pen is I probably want to alternate between eyes. I don't know if this one will dry out the same way as the other ones seem to, but this does have a very, look at that, it has a very fine brush-like tip, and I'm very not well versed on how to make hairs on my brows, but this is doing a phenomenal job. I was a little concerned with the color being medium brown, that it might be a little too warm. That is proving to not be the case. I think the shade is really great. And I'm just making all kinds of little hairs, you guys. I'm gonna have to clean up a little bit because I'm going a little hair crazy. I love that, y'all. Very pigmented, very smooth, very easy to work with. Of course, I'm gonna have a harder time here on my left brow. I mean, you can see I'm getting little hairs. It looks a little like a mess because I'm just not used to doing something like this, but I'll clean them up as I always do. Oh my goodness. It's very pigmented. I think this one is actually behaving better than the other one. Oh my goodness. That is a hot mess. So I'll clean them up. So let me do a little quick cleanup just so I don't look crazy ridiculous. One thing I can say, of course I'll do a big rundown of all the products at the end of the video. One thing I can say is the medium brown shade is fine. It's not too warm. It's plenty dark enough. If you watched my haul where I hauled this makeup, the package said dark brown, but the product itself said medium brown, so I was a little confused. But in the swatch, I was a little bit more convinced that it actually was medium brown. So then I'm gonna let me get my concealer brush, just kind of soften the edges a little bit. I guess I'll probably go in and add a little bit more. But I like the color, and it's very, very pigmented. Like I said, I'm a little bit not practiced in a product like this. So of course there's a little learning curve on my part, but that's what we do sometimes as we learn together. When I try things on camera, I'm usually trying them for the first time. So I'm just using the BPure Essentially Ageless Hydrating Serum Concealer to clean up my brows with. Okay, so now let's go back in and kind of fine tune my brows. I'm gonna have to trace the edges just a little bit so they don't get super jaggedy. My left side is always so much harder. Way harder than my right side. Okay, now I do feel they're a little dark. Kind of brush them through a little bit. I take my concealer brush, and sometimes I'll diffuse my brows. I do this a lot when I use a brow gel type of a product. I'll just kind of swipe my concealer brush down into my brows. I mean, they're definitely a strong brow. Like I said, I'll share final thoughts and opinions, but the major positive is I like the shade. It's much darker than I thought it would be. I was a little afraid, and it's not warm at all. I was afraid it was gonna be like Ioni's other medium brown pencils where they're just a little too warm. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I'll share final thoughts in the end, but so far so good. Okay, so I just added some LA Colors eye primer, and I'm really excited because I'm gonna be trying, I think 3 out of the 4 eyeshadow sticks today. And I did paint my nails. Actually, I used the Ioni foil powder, the metallic powder. These nails are really grown out, but they're they're sturdy on. So I finally kind of retouched them a little bit. So they've got 4 of these shadow sticks. I did haul all 4, but I think today I'm gonna use Matte Expresso, Vanilla Shimmer, and Cranberry Shimmer. Like I said, there's a purple one, but I'll use that one like in the next video. So I'm just gonna go in. So this is like a matte brown. And I'm gonna kind of just go in along my lash line. They're supposed to be really blendable, which in the swatches that seems to be the case. I don't have a lot of practice with eyeshadow sticks. And then I'm gonna put that, like blur that red in there as well. They are very pigmented, very blendable. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Cranberry shimmer. And my thought is to kind of go in a little bit more towards the center in the middle of my eye and kind of blend this up and into my crease. This shade here would look beautiful on like blue or like green or hazel eyes especially. They're not going on patchy at all. They really are blending smoothly and seamlessly. Really nice. I'm very impressed so far. So now I'm going to use Vanilla Shimmer. And I'm going to put this in the inner part and then up on my brow bone. Really nice. So there we go so far. So of course, you know, I'll come back and add like some stuff. I'll probably end up adding a little bit more of the brown once we get our lashes on. Probably smoke out under my eye. Probably put a little bit more of the Vanilla Shimmer on the inner part. But I'm gonna just stop there for right now. So far, so good. Like I said, I'll have some more detailed thoughts at the end, but we're gonna go ahead and move on to mascara. They had two mascaras. They came in tubes and they're called the Rockstar mascara. I've got brown and I've got black. I'm gonna try black today. I know a lot of people don't, I love the idea of a tube because I feel like you could really get a lot of the product out. I don't mind a tapered brush. I know some people don't like a tapered brush. Now I think my Dollar Divas haven't really cared for this, the ones that have tried it. I really do like the brush. So I'm going to definitely be wearing lashes, but I will add 2 or 3 coats of this so we can kind of see what it's like. I'll put it on the bottom lashes as well. My favorite by Ioni is, of course, the lengthening with fibers. I don't really like the fat lash. And I like their color mascaras as well. So I'm gonna let this first coat dry and then we'll come back and apply a second coat. Okay, so now I'm gonna add that second coat and we will see if it adds anything. Second coat is definitely going on thicker. Is it the best mascara? No. It's a little messy up on my lash line as well, but my lashes are so sad that I think if you have longer lashes, you don't make as much of a mess. And I'm missing a lot of lashes. I think I have more lashes on my right eye. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a third coat just to say we did. Like I said, I lose a lot of lashes when I perform because I just, at the end of the night, I end up, a lot of my lashes come out when I take off my false lashes. So I'm kind of missing like a little bit of a chunk like right here. So my right eyelashes are gonna look a little longer and fuller than my left. So yeah, so far, not super impressed with mascara, but like I said, I'll have a more detailed review at the end. So now we're gonna add lashes. So I'm gonna add my lashes. I'm gonna use the Ioni Lash Glue and Liner in one, add some lashes. These are the Ruby May. And then I'm gonna apply my complexion products and we're gonna come back and I've got a new blush to try and I've got a new an illuminator, and we'll come back, finish the eyes, and then finish with the lips. So I'm gonna add all those products. So if you do wanna see, if you're new to my channel and you wanna see my lash tutorial, I will have it linked down below. That way you can see a detailed tutorial on how I apply my lashes. So I'll have that link down below. So I will be right back. Okay, so lashes are on, my complexion products are on, and I added some LA Colors matte bronzer because Ioni does not have a bronzer. And I also added the Ioni mattifying powder from a collection they came out with last year. So all of that will be listed down below in the description box. But now we're gonna move on to blush and shimmer. So they had 2 different blush sticks in this collection. They have soft coral, then they had, I think one called raspberry. It was a little bit more of a pink. I'm gonna use soft coral today. So I'm gonna just take this on the back of my hand. The color looks beautiful. I'm a sucker for a coral shade. I'm just gonna take my stippling brush and just, something I have not seen yet in my Dollar Trees is the Pixie dupes that BPure has come out with. Their blush, highlighter, and bronzer sticks. I'm on the hunt. I have not seen them yet, but let me know down below if you've seen them. This is very easily, it's hard to go overboard. It looks really nice. The shade is gorgeous. And it just blended in so nice. That's really beautiful. Really beautiful. Very easy to use. It's pigmented, but not so pigmented that it would present you with like a learning curve, like if you were more of a beginner. So really love this shade. Excited to try the other one as well. So now for highlighter. They have a face and body illuminator. This is in Golden Gleam. It kind of comes in this tube, so you can use it like up here, you know, on your arms. I'm gonna go ahead and use it like a liquid highlighter. So I just cleaned off that same stippling brush. And this looked really beautiful when I swatched it in my haul video. It looked like it really just had true shimmer, not a whole lot of like, I'm gonna leave like a white cast, so if you were darker skinned. But it doesn't look too dark that if you have lighter skin that it might not work for you either. I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit. That is gorgeous. There's no big chunks of glitter. It's just literally like a lit from within glow. You could probably mix it in with your foundation. You could probably put it under your foundation or like in your tinted moisturizer, in your lotion. That is stunningly gorgeous. Look at that. Just such a, it's beautiful for like a skin tone like mine, where you don't really want so much of like a white cast or too much of a gold cast either. It's very much flesh tone, if that makes sense. So really like that. So now that I've got all my face products done, I'm gonna use this Energizing Glow Mist. It's in Cherry Melon. I'm just gonna give myself a quick spray of this. It doesn't really smell, it smells a little bit more like melon than it does cherry, but it really doesn't smell like either. So that's just really nice for like refreshing your skin or cooling your skin down. So now we're gonna move to the eyes and finish them up. And then I've got 2 different lip products I'm wanting to try. So I'm gonna go back in with Matte Expresso. And I wanna get in along where I put my liner. Really just kind of blend in my winged liner. I'm also going to try in my waterline, because I always like to test what eye crayons are like as kind of an eyeliner as well. It seems to go on really nice in the waterline. Very nice. I don't know how long it'll stay in the waterline, but it seems to go on very nice in the waterline. So I'm going to use the Cranberry one, and I'm going to use that to smoke out under my eyes a bit. I'm going to put a little bit more up on my lid and smudge it. Super pretty. Like I said, I haven't really been like well versed in eye crayons, but these seem really easy to use. And now I'm going to take some of the Vanilla Shimmer and really go in the inner corner of my eye. I don't know how good this will do as an inner corner highlight, but we will definitely try it. Honestly, really not terrible. Not the worst thing I've ever used. A little bit more up into. There we go. Not the shiniest thing in the inner corner, but nice and subtle. Yeah, overall, I think this eye look came out really, really nice. I love the Cranberry shade. Next time we'll do the same eye look with the Vanilla Shimmer and the Matte Expresso, except we'll use the purple. So really, really like it. So now for lips. So I've got 2 products. So they have these matte ink liquid lipsticks. They've got 2 shades. This is the shade Peach Berry. Then they have 2 new lip plumpers. This is Cinnamon Sugar. They have another shade as well. So I'm gonna try each one. I think I'm gonna try the lipstick first. Now this did not swatch at all like the shade of the container. It was really more of like a mauve-y shade. And I'm gonna go without lip liner today. It's literally like, almost like the exact color of my lips. But you can see what I mean. It's really not the shade of the container. It has a very light feel. You know, it's a matte lipstick, and sometimes matte lipsticks can tend to be very thick, very heavy. It has a very light feel. We'll kind of see how it dries down. But yeah, it has a very soft, silky feel. It kind of feels unlike any other like matte liquid lipstick I've ever tried. The color is really nice as well. I'm not usually big on mauve, but sometimes the shade is just not good for me, I feel. So it's kind of dried down and it feels very silky, doesn't feel drying. Like I said, it feels nice and light, not sticky. My lips are always a little chapped and I feel like it feels moisturizing. So yeah, that is so far so good. So now I'm gonna try the lip plumper in Cinnamon Sugar. Now these ones had the red hot warning on the package, which some of the Ioni lip plumpers will light your lips up. It's not like goopy. It's it's really kind of silky. It's not super shiny for a gloss. The shade is really nice. It's just got a little ever so slight golden, well, I guess cinnamon shade. The other one has got like a little hint of pink, but it's really kind of more clear. So far I really like the shade. so it doesn't feel sticky or anything. I'll do a quick rundown of all the products, and by the time I come to this, I will let you know if it has started tingling yet. I have an ever so slight tingling right now, but by the time I get through all the products, I'll let you know if my lips are on fire or not. Okay, so first and foremost, the brow pen. Kind of the pros, I like the way my right eye came out way better than my left. It does make hairline strokes. Now, I don't have the skill to really make both eyes look really great, like they're full of little hairs. So I might end up just using it a little bit more as like a pen. But the pros is that it was pigmented enough and lasted enough for me to get both of my eyebrows done. So I don't feel like this will necessarily dry out super fast. I feel a little differently about the other brow pen that they just came out with. The shade medium brown is plenty dark enough. I would actually say it's more of a dark brown, but it's very neutral. There's no warmth in it, which is really nice. I am a fan of this. I think I like this better than the one that they just came out with. So that seems really, really nice. The mascara, I would go ahead and just pass on the mascara. If you want one from Ioni, I much prefer the lengthening with fibers or the BPure hydrating at Dollar Tree, or if you want something that's a little bit better but still inexpensive, the Essence Lash Princess, hands down, is the best for $5. So although I like the tube, I like the idea of the tube, and I like the brush, the product itself just doesn't really build up my sad little lashes enough. Then the blush stick in Soft Coral, absolutely love the shade, love the formula. Very easy to use, blends really nice. It's pigmented enough, but not so pigmented to where it's easy to go overboard. Really, really nice, and very much excited to try the other shade as well. And then the Face and Body Illuminator, I love the highlighting effect it gives. Like I said, you could do this on your chest, on your arms. You could mix this in with your foundation, your moisturizer, your tinted moisturizer. I just use it like a liquid highlighter. Absolutely wonderful. Love the shade of this. Definitely something super fun to pick up if you see it. Then the Matte Ink liquid lipstick, I liked even more than I thought. This shade here, Peach Berry, doesn't swatch like the container. So just be aware that if you buy this, it's gonna be a little bit more of a mauve shade. But I loved the way the formula felt. It felt very light and silky for a matte lipstick. Sometimes they do tend to be very heavy and very dry, but really beautiful. It felt very, very, very nice on the lips. And the eyeshadow sticks, I don't know how long lasting they will be. I don't really seem to have any creasing or anything going on as of yet. I am wearing an eyeshadow primer, but they're very pigmented, very blendable. I think they gave us some really nice shades. I love that they gave us like a matte brown, a shimmery light shade, and then they gave us two fun shimmery cranberry and a purple that we'll try next. I think we got a beautiful eye look. You could do a one and done. This was just something very easy, no brushes required. Really great for like a vacation where you don't want to bring a bunch of eyeshadow brushes. You can just rub them on with your finger. And I love the look we got. So far, I will do like a wear test on these. I'll bring them to work. But so far, I really love the effect that they got. I think they were really, really, really nice, especially for $1.25. And then last but not least, this is one of their lip plumpers. This is in Cinnamon Sugar. Really like the shade. It's not super, super glossy, but it's also not super, super sticky. I do have a tingle, but it's not setting my lips on fire like some of their other lip plumpers. So I could get down with this. It's really beautiful. Do these plump your lips? I don't really think so. But it does seem to be a nice lip gloss with really very minimal tingling. If you're someone who's not super sensitive to tingling, if you're super sensitive to tingling, this will probably be too much for you. But yeah, like I said, it's just, on my lips, it's just very mild. And I have a hard time with some of their other ones. So really, really like, so really no fails in the bunch except maybe the mascara, which, you know, we've come to expect. And then the mist, really, really nice. I think it just gave my skin a nice dewy effect. It doesn't really smell like cherry or melon, but it just seems to be a nice setting mist and something to just kind of make your skin look dewy and kind of refresh your makeup, perhaps if it gets a little cakey looking throughout the day. Just a really nice little like refreshing mist. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did, show me you did by hitting the like button. So definitely comment down below if you've used some of these products, what you think. You know I love talking to you all. Definitely check out the description box for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.